In 2025, the largest nutritional study ever conducted followed over 190,000 people for 30 years. The conclusion was devastating. People who ate the most ultra-processed food had a 31% higher risk of premature death. Not slightly higher, 31%. This is not about junk food or fast food. Ultra-processed food includes things most people consider normal: bread from the supermarket, breakfast cereals, protein bars, yogurt with flavoring, and even infant formula. 73% of the American food supply is ultra-processed, and the food industry has spent decades making sure you do not know what that means. This is the full truth about what you are eating. Most people think they understand processed food, but they are wrong. Scientists classify food into 4 categories using the NOVA system. Group 1 is unprocessed: fruits, vegetables, meat, eggs. Group 2 is processed ingredients: oils, butter, sugar. Group 3 is processed food: canned vegetables, fresh bread, cheese. Group 4 is ultra-processed. This is where it gets frightening. Ultra-processed food contains substances never found in kitchens: high-fructose corn syrup, hydrogenated oils, modified starches, emulsifiers, flavor enhancers, colorings, and dozens of additives designed to make you eat more. The average American gets 58% of their daily calories from ultra-processed food. For teenagers, it is 67%. These are not food. They are industrial formulations designed to be hyper-palatable and impossible to stop eating. The health consequences are now undeniable. A 2024 meta-analysis of over 14 million people linked ultra-processed food to 32 different health conditions. Heart disease increased by 32%, type 2 diabetes by 40%, anxiety and depression by 48%, overall cancer risk by 12%, colorectal cancer by 23%, and all-cause mortality by 21%. The mechanism is not just bad nutrition. These foods trigger chronic inflammation, disrupt your gut microbiome, spike your blood sugar, and hijack the dopamine reward system in your brain the same way addictive drugs do. Researchers at Yale found that ultra-processed food meets every clinical criterion for addiction. You are not lacking willpower. The food is literally engineered to make you addicted. Food companies do not accidentally make addictive products. They engineer them. The industry calls it the bliss point, the exact combination of sugar, salt, and fat that maximizes pleasure and minimizes satiety. Former Coca-Cola scientist Howard Moskowitz spent his career optimizing this formula. Frito-Lay employs over 500 chemists and scientists at a $40 million research facility dedicated to making chips more addictive. They use vanishing caloric density, a trick where food dissolves quickly so your brain thinks you have not eaten anything. That is why you can eat an entire bag of chips without feeling full. Internal documents from major food companies leaked in lawsuits show they deliberately target children because brand loyalty formed before age 8 persists for life. They know their products cause disease. They have known for decades, and they keep selling them. The United States has it worse than almost any other country. In Europe, the same products contain fewer additives because European regulators banned chemicals that America still allows. Skittles in Europe use natural colorings. Skittles in America use titanium dioxide, a substance Europe classified as potentially carcinogenic. Mountain Dew in America contains brominated vegetable oil, banned in Europe and Japan. The FDA allows over 10,000 food additives, many of which were approved decades ago and have never been re-evaluated. By comparison, the European Union allows fewer than 4,000. The reason is simple. In America, food companies are allowed to self-certify that their additives are, quote, generally recognized as safe. They do not need FDA approval. They just declare it's safe and start selling. The foxes are guarding the henhouse. The obesity epidemic maps directly onto the rise of ultra-processed food. In 1980, 13% of Americans were obese. Today it is over 42%. That is not a coincidence. Countries that adopted the American food system saw obesity rates explode within a single generation. Mexico went from 10% to 36% after American food companies flooded the market in the 90s. Brazil is following the same trajectory. A landmark NIH study in 2019 proved the connection definitively. Researchers gave people identical meals in terms of calories and nutrients. One group ate ultra-processed versions. One group ate unprocessed versions. The ultra-processed group ate 500 extra calories per day without realizing it and gained 2 pounds in 2 weeks. It is not about willpower. It is about industrial design. The food industry spends more money fighting regulation than any other industry except pharmaceuticals. In 2024, food and beverage companies spent over $170 million lobbying Congress. They fund studies that minimize health risks. They sponsor nutrition conferences. They place former executives on FDA advisory boards. When researchers publish unfavorable findings, industry-funded counter-studies appear within months. The sugar industry paid Harvard scientists in the 1960s to blame fat instead of sugar for heart disease. That deception shaped dietary guidelines for 50 years. Today, the playbook has not changed. The food industry's trade group has formally contested every major study linking ultra-processed food to disease. They know the science. They know their products are harmful. The only thing standing between the public and the truth is $170 million a year in lobbying. So what can you actually do? First, read ingredient lists. If it contains more than 5 ingredients you cannot pronounce, put it back. Second, cook more meals from scratch. Even simple meals with whole ingredients are dramatically healthier than ultra-processed alternatives. Third, shop the perimeter of the grocery store. The middle aisles are where ultra-processed products live. Fourth, be extremely skeptical of health claims on packaging. Low fat, high protein, natural flavors, these are marketing terms, not health indicators. Fifth, switch gradually. Going cold turkey is nearly impossible because these foods are literally addictive. Replace one product at a time. Within 3 weeks, your taste buds will reset and whole foods will start tasting better. The food industry is not going to change voluntarily. The government is not going to protect you. The only person who can protect your health is you. 73% of the American food supply is ultra-processed. 31% higher risk of premature death. 32 diseases linked. And the industry spends $170 million a year making sure nothing changes. This affects every single person watching this video. Subscribe and share this with someone you care about. What was the most shocking thing you learned? Tell me in the comments.